Hi everyone, I'm audible. So, uh, yeah, nice to be here again on the stage. And today I just want to see most of the businesses are looking to get started with Gen AI, and we have worked with a lot of customers, and we have built a framework uh, to help customers get started with Gen AI, and that's what I would be sharing. And post that, I would also talk a little bit about Brio because most of you may not be aware about Brio. So just to understand how many of you have already started with Gen AI, you're doing something with Gen AI in your businesses, can you please raise hands? Okay. Okay. So yeah, we have folks who are yet to start with Gen AI. So uh, So uh, here we are, in a century where AI seems to be outperforming all the factors which have revolutionized the world in the previous centuries. If you see 18th century, we had like steam power had really disrupted, the whole world. Then in the 19th century, we had electricity, and in 20th we had information technology or mobile, and today, in 21st century, AI has been disrupting businesses and the world at large. And the sort of adoption which we have seen with generative AI, the number of users who started adopting things like Chat GPT and other things is phenomenal. And today, most of the business are contemplating to really leverage these particular technology to stay ahead of the competition. So particularly what makes generative AI special is it really makes consuming AI very easy. Just to put it in layman's terms, like your SQL query is just transformed into a natural question, like anybody who can search can really reap the benefit of generative AI. And what really makes it different from traditional AI is it's, you know, the algorithms don't have to be trained for a particular problem. So your algorithm is adopting for new scenarios, and that's what really makes and brings the power in the generative AI things. And these are all like the fundamental things or the building blocks for generative AIs are, the foundation models are language models or LLMs, which really power the generative AI. So mostly what we have seen, AI is used, generative AI has 4 functions. It is used to create something, summarize something, or discover something, and automate something. So these are the 4 level of use cases or classifications which generative AI is basically used for. So here I'm going to share some 10 steps overall to get somebody started with Gen AI in 30 days. So the first step is identifying a specific domain. It could be like, the domain or the area of your business which can really impact customer experience, or it can really impact your internal productivity. So if you're looking to figure out what domain you have to pick up, it should be a low risk and high impact. That is what we would suggest the businesses or customers. So if your employees or in your organization that there is something which is happening repetitive, that is where you can target. But we have to make sure that, from the compliance point of view, or if there is any hallucination which happens in Gen AI, the impact is very minimal. So these are some of the guidelines to sort of figure out where you have to get started with, Gen AI. So here what you're doing is you're figuring out a function, and in that particular function, you're trying to figure out a use case. So once, let us say, you have figured out that you are going to build some use case on customer support or customer experience, right? So then you have to figure out in that use case who is the persona whom you are trying to really target for. Like, who's that person this algorithms or this AI models are going to help. So this will be the second step for you to figure out the use cases. And it's not recommended that you work on like 10 different use cases. You pick up something and then start working that. So it is like you have to be inch wide and mile deep rather than being mile wide and inch deep. So you will be starting very small, taking a certain use case, and you will go deep dive. You'll deep dive into it. And once you have sort of reached a successful state, then you will start expanding those things to other use cases as well. So here if we are looking at, like let's say we want to enhance our customer support. So, and we want to see that the lot of questions that are coming to us, to our customer support team. So we want to help our customer support agents to give proper responses and right responses to the. So this is a example which I'm taking here to explain this. The third thing is, it is very important for us to determine the data source, because as I was talking in the previous session, having tools but not having data are useless. If you really want to help a particular a persona in your organization, you also need to make sure that you are having the right data to sort of help the models learn, train the models. So this is where data becomes important. And why data is important is, it is going to be the foundation, as I told, because your AI models are going to sort of help you with things which it is not trained on also. So that's the reason the data has to be really clean and relevant for the purpose for which you are building these models. The most important thing here is the step 4, where you will be building a small team. This is called a tiger team. Tiger team is a combination of, like, you have folks from different functions and they work towards a common objective. So what is recommended here is, you need to have people right from business, because business people know the business problems. You need to have somebody from business. Then you need to have a prompt engineer who can translate all the requirements from the business team into the prompting which goes to refine the model. And of course, the third person is the ML team, who is going to keep your model, run your model into, and take the model to production. So they also have to be part of this team. Once you have this, it is very important, like, what are your goals? So this is where you also define what are your objectives and what you are actually trying to achieve with your generative AI models. So sixth thing, the step 6 is sort of designing the prompts, working with your tiger team, which is closely working with your business team, and they are sort of building this model, testing this model, and refining it. Once this happens, once your model starts giving you some results, it's time for you to build a UI. And the fundamental thing for a UI, it has to be simple, and you have to keep in mind the people who are going to consume this. So let's say your customer support team is sort of going to use it. So are they going to use it on what form factor devices which they use? And it has to be very simple. It has to sort of see that the workflow is there, they're properly using it. So whatever UI and UX principles are required for any application are relevant for here also. So once you have started and you have given a UI to your whatever team you want to sort of, and in that team, for testing team, let's say you are using it for 3-4 people. Now the time has come for you to sort of expand this to more team members. And it is very important that if you are expanding, like let's say you are started with 3 members, Now you add 3 more members and see how they are sort of interacting with this user interface, what are the queries they are asking to your model, and how your model is overall performing. So if you've reached this stage, now it is very important for you to sort of build a language model operation plan, because this operation plan is very important, which will take care of the infrastructure, it will take care of the hosting, it is going to take care of monitoring, it is going to take care how effective these overall models are and how relevant they are. So this is the whole maintenance plan for your models when they go into production. Once you have reached this stage, I think you can take more cases. Like let's say if we have started with helping our customers, customer support agents, like we are getting the calls and they are keying in the questions in the interface and getting the answers from the model. Now we can extend that same model to see what are the common questions which we are getting, our agents are getting. Now these models would be able to summarize what are the questions your agents are getting. And if there are some questions which are missing in your FAQ on your website or something, these models would be able to recommend you what all the questions which you need to have on your website. And if there are some answers which are not up to the mark, they can sort of improve those answers also. So that way you take one small area and start expanding from there and reaching whatever the effective results are. So anything which you have developed requires sort of monitor, like accuracy of the model, how much productive it is. If the model is being used for customer satisfaction, is it really the CSAT is growing or not? Is it saving the cost for us or not? So what is the turnaround time which has reduced for us? So these are some of the sort of metrics which you have to sort of, you don't have to have every metric in place, or there could be some additional metrics also based on the cases which you have. So with this, I just have 2 minutes, so I'll give a brief introduction about Brio also, because most of you may not be aware about Brio. So our purpose is to sort of enable employees and businesses to feel more empowered and be at their joyous best, and make the use of technology very simple for them. And to see that the technology is used as a business differentiator rather than just as a support function. So that's what we work with customer for. There are certain things which we believe in. We believe technology should not be a support function, it has to be a business differentiator. Technology is an amazing thing, but it is the people who are behind the technology who really make the difference. No matter how good tools you give or how good technology you give, it is ultimately the people who are behind the technology who are going to make the difference to your business. And last thing is, no organization can be best until they work with the best. So as an organization, we tend to work with the best technology providers like Google Cloud, Microsoft, Amazon, and sort of have the best local talent to serve our customers and address their specific business needs. And what we do as a business, we bring the joy of technology to business. That means we help you make the right choices to see that your business grows and leverages the technology in the best possible way. These are some of the core values which we believe in. This is how we work with our customers. We believe in strong relations. We believe in staying foolish and staying hungry all the while. And even though we do cloud is 100% of our business. We want to stay grounded and we want to be humble, because pride is the reason for all the sins in the world. So no team can achieve greatness without collaboration. Collaboration is the key. And as an individual or as an organization, we need to do whatever we can for the world. So we should not shy away from thinking like what I'm doing is small. Even though it's small or big, we should sort of contribute and do our bit for the world. So we are in almost 20 years of our journey right now. So, and I think I forgot to update this slide. We are 225 plus now with more than 4,000 customers today. So these are some of the services. So cloud is our bread and butter. We do everything in cloud, right from infrastructure to app mod, smart analytics, security, and our forte is like sort of business productivity and collaboration, be it Google Workspace or M365. We help customers adopt and collaborate well. And of course, AI/ML is sort of where we are sort of helping customers with. So with and these are some of the customers who have sort of trusted us or with whom we are working. And I just want to leave you with this last video. Okay, so with this, I would like to thank everyone, and we are present at the booth here. So please feel free to come and meet us. We'll be more than happy to partner with you in your sort of generative or AI journey. So thank you very much.